If the Australian election result reflected some disillusionment with the major political parties, polls in America suggest much more palpable anger and disaffection. Most of that high feeling has been captured by the growing grassroots conservative movement known as the Tea Party. That passion was on full display over the weekend as more than 200,000 people gathered for a rally in Washington called Restoring Honour. The rally was held on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial on the anniversary of Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech. And organisers have been accused of trying to appropriate one of the most famous moments in America's fight for civil rights. North America correspondent Michael Brissenden reports.
Free at last! Free at last! Thank God Almighty! We are free at last!
The United States is a country that attaches extraordinary reverence and passion to its great moments in history. August 28, 1963 was one of those moments. More than 200,000 people came from all over the nation to hear what was to become the defining speech of the long struggle for civil rights.
Because I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
And the cry for freedom has been ringing loud every year on this day. 47 years on, a more modern convoy of buses is travelling toward the capital through a late summer dawn, hoping to make history of their own at the same spot at the Lincoln Memorial. But these are freedom fighters of a different kind.
Y'all are probably familiar with Michelle Bachmann's Tea Party caucus that she started.
People are afraid of their government, and I think that's motivating people to try to alter the course of events.
We are less than 24 hours away from standing in front of that great building, the Lincoln Memorial.
Glenn Beck, the pugnacious, controversial, angry Fox News personality, was the driving force behind what he dubbed the Restoring Honour rally.
I know that many in this country think that I'm a fearmonger, but I don't think the man who saw the iceberg as the Titanic was about to hit it and said, "It's an iceberg," was a fearmonger. He was warning the people on the ship.
This wasn't billed as a Tea Party rally, but the sentiments were the same. Taking back America is the general theme, and Glenn Beck has become the on-air chronicler of all that the Tea Party followers believe is wrong with the country. In the past, he's labelled Barack Obama a racist, with a deep-seated hatred of white people and of being influenced by Marxist black liberation theology.
Is anyone seeking the truth in journalism anymore? Will anyone actually listen? The more we learn of President Obama, the less we like what we see.
What Beck tries to do is to awaken the people. He's not the driving force behind, it's really what we see going on around us. But it doesn't hurt to have somebody say, well, maybe you're not crazy.
The Tea Party is the broad descriptor for the grassroots conservative movement that is sweeping America. But it has many names. Organisers like Marshall Smith and Matt Lewandowski from the New Republic Patriots of Virginia are among the foot soldiers of the uprising. It's a political phenomenon that's taken hold remarkably fast.
They are people who are angry at Washington, at Democrats primarily, but also at Republicans. They are people who are very suspicious of government. They're skeptical of big government programs. And they're people who seem to be a little upset at the cultural changes that are occurring within American society. They're trying to hold on to a past that they imagined.
The organisers of this rally say this is not a political event, but there's no doubting the political leanings of this crowd. And in America today, this is certainly the most energised side of the political debate. What's not yet clear is what sort of long-term impact this movement will have.
Right now, about a third of Americans are saying that they support the ideas of the Tea Party. About 12% say they identify with the Tea Party. But I expect that they will have an impact in a number of races around the country.
Much of the anger is directed at President Obama, but the Tea Party may also prove to be a significant challenge for the Republicans.
America is a center-right country, but the debate in American politics tends to take place in the center, and if the Tea Party pulls the Republicans too far to the right, that's going to be a big problem for them in 2010 and 2012.
We've got the teapot! We're the Tea Party!
That pull is already evident, with Tea Party-backed Republicans successfully challenging some incumbents in the primaries leading up to the coming midterm congressional elections.
Thank you so much!
The challenge often comes with the backing of the woman who is, without doubt, the most high-profile Republican in the US today.
And over these grounds where we are so honored to stand today, we feel the spirit of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
47 years ago.
Glenn Beck says the timing of this rally was accidental, but the echoes of the same day in 1963 were an important part of the highly produced event. A fact that certainly didn't go unnoticed at an alternative, much smaller and mostly black rally on the other side of town called Reclaim the Dream.
They want to disgrace this day, and we're not giving them this day. This is our day, and we ain't giving it away. This ain't about them. This is about Dr. King.
The 1963 march changed America. The conservative activists who gathered at the Lincoln Memorial this year also hope this day will mark a turning point.
I have a dream today.
But by the afternoon, the Lincoln Memorial had returned to the regular routine that now plays out twice a day, every day, on the famous steps. Whatever else might happen here on this day, that's the speech they'll be playing in 47 years' time.
Michael Brissenden in Washington.